In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the secondary catalytic converter on this Toyota Tacoma. That's this one that sits behind the primary, which is over there. Let's get started. I'm going to support the muffler pipe here because as soon as we unbolt the rest of it, this is going to want to drop down. I'm not looking to hold it on nice and tight, but I just don't want it to drop down a lot. If it falls a little bit, that's all right, but it just can't go all the way down because it can cause damage. Let's start by removing the bolts at the rear. These are 14 millimeter in size. Mine are probably going to break, but that's all right. I have new ones on hand. There we go. On the front of the pipe, my hardware is completely rotted, so I'm just going to cut this one. This one still has a little bit of a cutout here on the bolt side, so I'm going to try to remove it. These also should be 14 millimeter in size. I'm going to try and punch this one through. It's pretty crusty, so hopefully it isn't holding on too much. Okay. With all the hardware out, you can take the pipe and just maneuver it in a way in which you can slide it out. There it is. Clean up the old gasket. Use whatever you have. Just make sure that the new gasket is actually going to seal up. Otherwise you get an exhaust leak. That would not be good. Doesn't have to look perfect, but get all this debris off. The gasket will seal on an imperfect surface, but obviously it can't be rotted. Do the same on the other side. Make sure you get all this stuff off of here. There we go. That's not bad. Now let's install the rubber hangers. If you had your new exhaust, you'd slide that right on it. And just so it can stay in position, I'm gonna slip it onto the hanger that's bolted on or welded onto the vehicle. Line up the gasket on the pipe. Oops. And before I install the other hanger, I'm going to line up the other gasket. Just like that. Let's put the other hanger in so it can stay up in place. If you lubricate these with some silicone paste, they slide on a lot easier. And at this point, I have all new hardware that I'm going to use to clamp this all down. It's staying in place, so let's install new hardware. Okay, some mounting nuts on here. Since this is on, the other end is already lined up. I'm going to snug these up just so that they can stay clamped on here. I don't want this pipe to continue moving around. You want to make sure you get these nice and snug. These flanges are not in the greatest of condition anymore, so I'm going to be careful with this, not to damage anything, but I just want to get it tight enough to where it seals up. I'm going to go back and forth on these. Going back and forth will allow these to seat properly. As long as you put even pressure on them, should be good. Use new gaskets, of course, and if you haven't already noticed, I used a little bit of exhaust RTV here just to help that imperfect area seal up. All right, now let's get the hardware in for the rear. There we go, get that second one in. Might have to twist and pry things around a little bit. Now let's get these two snugged up. Get these nice and tight. It's spinning. All right, those are both tight. At this point, it shouldn't leak. Everything is cleaned up, sealed up. So let's remove any support that you use to support this pipe and then turn on the vehicle. Make sure you have no exhaust leaks.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.